What's up, everyone? Drew, aka Catching Rockets here. I hope y'all had a good day today. Hopefully you listened to the advice, which was here. Let me just pull it up. I listened to my advice. Tomorrow's going to be another slow, choppy day until 2 p.m. Eastern. Sit on your hands if you missed the opening move. Tomorrow will also be very news-driven. And so, basically, if you missed the first move, which was a little pump. Actually, I shouldn't even include this, but basically these first two 30-minute candles. Here to here. And then we chop sideways for a while, and then 2 p.m. right on the dot, rip. So hopefully you guys listened. Yeah, Jack. So CRM is just the trade that keeps giving, right? So I think we were initially taking it here puts on Monday, and it hit in one 10-minute candle. And then on Tuesday, it re-triggered, hit again pretty quickly as well. And then again today, it hit our trigger, and this was a slower grind, but ended up hitting our take profit again. So 3 days in a row, it's the gift that keeps giving. This might be a little bit weird to some people, but I was just listening to Changes by Tupac, and songs like that just always like really speak to me, like, you know, right to the heartstrings. I think, like, I don't know, you listen to a song like Imagine by John Lennon. If you don't know that song, you need to listen to it. You know, he just talks about basically imagining peace in the world, which would be incredible. Changes by Tupac, kind of the same thing, but less, I guess, frou-frou, because Tupac, I'm going to start erasing levels because none of this hit today. Tupac's more realistic, talking about, you know, how horrible and violent the world is today, and that basically we need to make changes to be better people. And people might not agree with me on this, but I think the real difference between today and like maybe the 60s or even earlier is we don't have dads in the home. And we as men need to do better. Don't impregnate a chick that you don't think you can spend at least 20 years with. Because all you're going to do is create a child that you know, has issues because you as a dad weren't there to help bring them up and to help teach them right. If you have a daughter, she'll probably have really bad daddy issues, and she'll be doing horrible things with guys. And if you have a son, you just act out, you know, in crazy other ways that we don't want our kids to act out in. But I think, you know, it's, yeah, again, you guys might think I'm wild for even talking about this, but when I say like much love and all that stuff, it's not just words. Like, I really think there needs to be more love in the world. We need to look out for each other more. And I really think it starts with having dads in the home. And besides, like, as a man, you don't want to be paying some woman child support for 18 years. So make better decisions. Anyway, I'll get off my little soapbox now, and we'll take a look at SPY. I think, most of the people that follow me or have been following me for a while know, like, I'm pretty blunt and I don't sugarcoat stuff, and I don't really say things that I don't mean. So that whole little spiel about being better is not just some BS. That's really how I feel. And that even applies to myself right now. I have an 8-month-old daughter, and I'll be damned if some other man raises her. It's not going to happen. All right, so our levels for tomorrow. Excuse me, sorry. Still have the cough. I apologize, everybody. So we have a B shape on our volume profile, which is just double distribution. Some people might not know what that means, but if I hide this, like, we have a large volume node up here on the day, and then we have a large volume node down here on the day as well. And if you just look at where we traded, most of the volume was traded down here with our POC at the bottom, right? And then at the end of the day, we had a pretty significant amount of volume traded up at the top here, but not as much as at the bottom. Want to zoom out and look at the big picture. So let's go to our other SPY chart. Interesting. So we've been talking about this, but the being below the 2024 value area high is very bearish, right? We identified that bulls needed to break through this 585 and 20 cents for us to start even slightly looking bearish. Losing this level, 576.98, was really good for bears. And then this is a level I think we identified on Tuesday, where they kind of need to get back over. And again, so like being above the 2024 value area high is slightly bullish, right? But we need to get back over this level for things to start looking more bullish, and then regain, obviously, these two levels. If we regain 585 and 20 cents, then we're looking pretty bullish, at least up to the top of the box, 610-ish, 612-ish, where if we hit those levels, which I don't think we will, I would start looking to swing puts on SPY. Another interesting thing to note, we still have, and I know we've identified this at least a couple of times, a massive bear flag or bear pennant here on SPY. And this will be valid at least until SPY crosses 581.47. So if you don't understand bear flags and bull flags, they need to get above the 50% retracement on the fibs to be considered invalidated. And right now, we still haven't done that. Even if we said this is the top of the flag, we still haven't retraced past the 50%. But I think this is our flag here. If this is the case as of right now, if this breaks, our target is here. 532.46. I just got really nauseous. I don't know why. That's weird. The only thing I don't like about this bear flag is that we're above the 2024 value area high. And so if we look back, I'm not sure what time frame, but I was talking about this the other day, probably 30 minutes. No. Well, it's close enough. Whatever. Let me actually... Sorry, let me delete some stuff really quick. So, on Tuesday, or Monday, sorry, and I was talking about this in the Discord, at least in Keenan's, we had what looks like a bear flag here, right? And I was asking people, like, what's not good about this bear flag? And most people probably already know the answer, but I'll give the answer. The answer is that this is forming above the 2024 value area high. And so, we can even go over to Keenan's and search for flag. Why is it? So I shared this. Where is it? Yesterday. I think this is a big fake out, massive bear flag, but it's forming above the 2024 value high. All of retail probably sees the bear flag and they're thinking dump. But you don't want a bear flag to form above a key level. Or you want a bear flag to form below a key level, not above it. So they did exactly what I suspected, which was that they were going to pump from here. So realistically, like, we would want this to be like this. Something like this. And so basically I'm just doing like a little teaching here. Like, if we lose this, right, and then we start bouncing here, then what's this? And you guys are on a delay, so this will be annoying, but what is that? I'll go through the chat while I wait for you guys to catch up. What's up, Gigi? What's up, Corey? What's up, Brian? What's up, Sean? What's up, Jack? What's up, Nathan? What's up, Say It Straight? What's up, David Ryan? Tupac's music was before whose time? Oh, you mean before John Lennon? Yeah, for sure. Of course, yeah. Squirrels only, that's a good idea. What's up, Sebastian? Yeah, for sure, Say It Straight. Thanks, Space. Hey, what's up, Stock Pharrell? I always gotta drop Stocks Pharrell's channel when he comes in here. So Stocks posts some great content, shares some great ideas for trades and stuff. Give him a follow. That's his link to his YouTube. What's up, Phoenix? Hey, what's up, Triple G? Daniel, so your question is hard to answer in the sense that um, the time frame doesn't matter. Like a level is a level, and if it gets broken, it gets broken. But generally, what I'm looking for confirmation, and actually, this is exactly what I'm talking about here. Um, all right, and David Ryan got the answer, so fortunately, I can start talking about it now. I'm looking for a level to get broken, and then I want at least 3 5-minute candles to form below the level before we retest it and then sell off. So this is the retest that I'm looking for an entry on my trade. And it could be more than 3 5-minute candles, but I'm not looking for anything less. And that's basically exactly what we're teaching right now as far as the bear flag's concerned. When we break below and we're trading below like this and we come up and retest, that's our entry. Did I miss it, Marquez? Oh, I'm sorry. And Marquez got it as well. Retest. Yes, good. Both of you got it. Hey, what's up, Alan? You're both right. Marquez and Alan both got it. So this is exactly what we're looking for. But so then you see the issue with this bear flag that formed. We're above the 2024 value area high. And so there's nothing to retest. You know, like when we come up here, we're just retesting space, basically. I mean, there is like a high volume node through here that they're rejecting off of. But we don't have like a key level identified there, right? So anyway, that's how you trade bear flags. That's what you want to see. And then obviously just the inverse for bull flags. For people with questions, unfortunately, I can't really like teach every single day. We do education on this channel, so if you're wanting to learn how to trade, subscribe and follow along, and you'll learn a lot. But I was talking about this the other day, and I think I need to talk about it more. Trader Dale's book, Volume Profile, it's linked in the description of the video. Actually, here in the camera, it's linked in the description. From page 24, or sorry, page 25, he starts talking about strategies for trading, and we're talking about support getting broken, and then we come back up to it, we enter short from that level, and this is an SR flip where we have support broken through, support turns resistance, and we enter in the opposite direction. Inverse for calls or for longs, resistance, break through, retest, go long. Open drive, where we have sideways price action, big move, retest it, enter in the same direction. This is an open drive plus the open of a market where we sell off, finally retest it, and you enter short or puts. Inverse, where we have that sideways price action, big move from the open, retest, go long, or grab calls. I don't use this particular strategy, AB equals CD, but you're welcome to learn this and read it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not something that I implement. So learning this, and then obviously also knowing like the different sessions and when they open and looking for those big moves, from the session open. So all of this, like page 25 through, I think like like page 27, you want to memorize, and you will not go wrong. Let's zoom out again on SPY, but I just wanted to point out those bear flags to you. Again, we have a massive one here. Again, the only issue is we're above 2024 value area high, but we're basically trading between these two levels, 2024 value area high and this 568.38 level. Today's volume, pretty decent compared to other days. It's above average. And it's a green volume candle. But we have a pretty good selling tail at the top on the daily profile. Or on the daily candles, sorry. From here, for tomorrow, I'm feeling pretty bearish overall. What I would really love to see is a retest of our single prints, specifically the single print mid. I'll be looking for puts. Oh, also, I guess I should do this. We don't have a whole lot of news tomorrow. There's pre-market stuff. So we have stuff, 12 a.m., stuff at 1:30 a.m., 2 a.m., 5 a.m. right before the open, stuff at 5:30 a.m. But the only really significant thing is going to be this at 9:50 a.m. during our trading day tomorrow. So they're probably, if we come down here, they're probably going to want to clean up this poor low. I would be watching for calls in this range right here. Oh, and I forgot to cover this at the beginning of the video. I don't have any option setups for tomorrow. With this big move, it just kind of invalidates everything that I look for. Yes, quad witching on Friday. So be aware of that. If you don't know what quad witching is, Google it. But it's basically the expiration of contracts. So quad witching, it's the simultaneous expiration 4 times of the year. Stock options, index futures, options, derivative contracts. And then the 4th type of contract involved is single stock futures. But so basically we have the expiration of these contracts all on the same day. And so people have to close their positions, reopen positions. It causes a lot of volatility. Jack, CRM 4 times the charm. Yeah, we'll see. Heavies, today is not a good day to lose money. I actually didn't trade today. I said at the beginning, I followed my advice. I woke up, I think, right when we were about here. And I was like, oh, I missed the first move. I don't know. I just wasn't feeling it this morning. My alarm went off and I woke up and just kind of cracked my eye open. And actually, I think I woke up and I looked at ES and I saw this. Actually, I saw this, where it's just kind of all sideways, and even worse, right before the open, I guess, it was just super choppy and boring looking. And I was like, yeah, I'm good. It's going to be a boring, choppy day. Turned off my alarm, went back to sleep. And then when I woke up, we had made this move on SPY. And I looked at my charts again. I was like, okay, I missed the opening move. We're probably going to chop sideways from here. So I just rolled over and went back to sleep. I think I fed my dogs first. And then I have work tonight, so I had to get a good nap in. So I was asleep for this 2 p.m. move. So I just didn't trade today. Some days that's better, Inspire unlimited success. If you want to use DSMAs, go for it. I don't use DSMAs. I trade off of volume. I don't even really trade chart patterns, but I am aware of them when they're on the chart. So like bull flags and bear flags. And as I was showing, like I trade them differently anyway. So like if we go back to this SPY chart, when I was drawing that bear flag, the imaginary one, right? I was saying if this is our flag, whatever, something like this. Basically, I don't even care that it's a flag. What I'm looking at is breaking below a key level, having 3 5-minute candles or more close below. And then when we retest my level, I would enter short or puts. And I'm generally targeting my next key level. So I'm getting in the trade here on the retest of a key level, where most of retail is entering when we break below the bottom of the bear flag. More disciplined retail traders will wait for the break of the last touch of the bear flag. So basically, like, these are kind of the entries. People either enter on the break, the last touch of the bear flag break, or like some retail wait until the bottom of the bear flag gets broken. But basically, the way that I was taught is if you're waiting for, this, or this, then you're missing all of this, right? So, but yeah, I mean, if you like DSMAs, trade with them. It's just not something that I use, and it's not something that I teach. It's not something you'll ever see on my chart. But I was also taught how to trade by a market maker, and he taught me to trade off of the things that the market makers can't hide from us, which is basically our volume profile, order flow, and things like that. DSMAs or MAs, EMAs, all that stuff, market makers are aware of, and they will specifically stop out retail before they make the move based on those levels. Or even worse, they're just lagging indicators where people get into trades late. And I'm not looking to be getting into trades late. I want to be getting in at the top or at the bottom. I'm a reversal trader, meaning that I'm always looking to get short or get in puts as close to the top of a move as I can, and get in long or calls as close to the bottom of a move as I can. And that's how I trade. I mean, sometimes, like I'll miss the first move. Like, let's just say we come down to here, and for whatever reason I miss the bounce, and then we have a pullback and then go. I will get in here if I missed this. But generally I'm trying to bink the bottom or bink the top on a reversal. So if you guys have questions, let me know. I have to get going pretty soon, as I have work tonight. I also have work tomorrow night. So for people in Shorty's Discord, I will be on probably like an hour after the market opens. I'll trade live tomorrow, I think. But yeah, watching for puts here, watching for calls here. And notice that the top of this little circle is below our poor low. And I guess if you want to be really technical, it's the top of our value area high for Tuesday. Okay. Jeronin, I don't really have time to go over Tesla. I'm sorry. Ches, yes we do. Let's see. I can try to peek at Tesla and see if I see anything, but I haven't really been interested in Tesla recently because um, so much of it is news driven right now. Um, oops, where am I going?
Strategy that you're using.
And then, Ches, you're asking for basically two different things. TPO, time price opportunity. That would be the video for that one that I just sent the link for. Value areas is going to be volume profile. But we have videos on both of that. It's so annoying that like I can't get a link without having to watch an ad. So this would be a video on volume profile. Marquez, I don't trade off of the time of the day. I trade off of levels. Yeah, so I'm not trading off of what time it is in the day. I mean, like today I talked about time because I knew after the first move of the day, whatever it was, that things were going to be pretty choppy until the news that was coming out at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and then we would get a big move. But other than like news events, I'm never really interested in, or I'm not paying attention to what time of day it is for my trades. I'll take a trade anywhere when it hits a key level of mine. And when I'm trading, I'm always looking for basically one key level to the next. So like if I got in puts here, I would be at least trimming or taking profit at my value area high, as there's a chance that we bounce here. But I don't trade based off of the time of the day or how much in profit I am or things like that. I trade based on key levels on the chart. Inspired unlimited success. The volume profiles on TOS are calculated different than they are on what's it called, on TradingView. Both work. I prefer TradingView's levels, but both work. But also, you don't have tools on TOS that you have on TradingView, like fixed range volume profile, which I use quite a bit. So there's stuff missing from TOS, which is why like every good trader I know trade charts on TradingView, and then they'll trade off of whatever broker they trade off of using their TradingView charts. Tomorrow should not be choppy dose of glory. And Friday is going to be super wild. Very, very volatile day. I think dose of glory, you're asking about scanners because I said like I find my levels using scanners. It's hard to explain. Like I don't have any videos on scanners because it's kind of like a very personal thing. The main scanner that I use is based off of private indicators. So like even if I made a video on it, nobody would be able to use it without having access to those private indicators. The other thing that I do This might make my video start lagging. I apologize. It kind of does whenever I open up TOS. I might need to get a better video card. But one of the things that I do... Sorry, I'm trying to... This thing, it's normally on my 49-inch monitor, so the screen's massive. But I have a watch list for any stock that has an average true range greater than 2, which basically means it moves $2 or more per day. And it has, and only for stocks that are optionable, meaning only stocks that you can trade options on, because there's a lot of stocks that you're not able to trade options on. And what I'll do is I'll just go through this list, one by one, looking at the stocks that I'm most interested in trading, looking for key levels. And so basically what I was saying is like, so these clouds here, this is a very private indicator that nobody really has access to. And so when I'm looking through charts, I can quickly basically go through this list. And so for instance here, on AVGO, like, we're coming up to resistance, this cloud here, this it's the monthly top, and you can see like we come up to it and we reject back down, come back to it, reject back down, come up to it, reject back down. So they're probably going to be rejecting here on AVGO, and then if I want to scan it, basically I can choose if I'm looking for so this says lower band, which basically means the bottom. And again, I'm looking at stocks that are over $20 or more and that are optionable. And this would be quarterly clouds. And then I just hit scan. And it's basically going to give me every single stock that has options that's over $20 that's at the quarterly bottom. But I don't use this too often. Generally, I just go through this list. And I would be happy to share, like if somebody wants this ATR list, I'd be happy to share it. You can DM me. But if you don't have Thinkorswim, the ATR list isn't going to work for you. It's not going to do anything. But yeah, I mean, this is pretty interesting. There's a lot. Etsy is at the quarterly bottom. Oops. Well, I have it here. This actually isn't a horrible find, really. Like, if they get back above 45.02, you can probably play this all the way up to, like, well, you have, like, key levels between, so, like, 46 and then 48.58. And then next is 52.12. But they really need to get over this 45.02 level. And then they need to get above whatever this is here, the 45, this candle, what's the high of it? 45.31, to come up to like 46.40 and so on. But again, like, based on this being, like based on a private indicator, I can't make a video on it because I can't share the private indicator. But I'm sure you could actually find scanners for different platforms. But this is the one that I use for TOS, and then you just have to like put everything in. Okay. Oh wait, no, I don't want to do that. I want this back on the right screen. Shoot, now I'm messing up all of my stuff. Okay. All right, everyone. I'm going to make sure I don't have any questions remaining, and then I'm going to call it a day. I got to go hop in the shower and get ready for work. Yeah, no worries. Inspire Unlimited Success. I was kind of the same thing where I used to chart on TOS, and then I transitioned over to TradingView. It's 100% worth it. Yeah, it's a little bit of a learning curve, an adjustment in the beginning, but it's an adjustment that's worth making. So, what I think of Neo long term, I think it's shite. Somebody asked for Tesla. Sorry. Again, I just don't love that this is it's so news driven right now, and we kind of identified this earlier. Like, this is a big bear flag. Right now they're coming up to, or they rejected from a pretty key resistance level on the daily. But really, we want them to come up here and then go. And again, this is just like a really quick analysis. I have no desire to look at Tesla with how much news is affecting it right now. But if this bear flag plays out, the next target is going to be this 193.48 level. And this actually would be a really good short in this range right here. This is the golden pocket on the bear flag. So what is this? 250.22. Between 244.66 and 250.22 should be a good short. But again, I'm not loving Tesla right now with how news driven it is. What am I doing? Neo. This was all just hyped by what's it called? Influencers, right? Like this here is all just pumped by influencers, and basically it's like, oh, this is the next Tesla. No, it's the next rug pull. And I don't even look at stocks that are under $20, like I was talking about on my scan. But this is no bueno. I guess in here it's a buy, but just really not something I'm interested in trading or holding shares on. It's a Chinese company. Their stocks are very corrupt and what's the word? Manipulated. But yeah, I just like, I don't know. People mention Neo, I get a bad taste in my mouth. It just brings back all of the whatever 2020 influencers pumping random weird stocks that aren't worth anything. Because then they can rug pull you. But yeah, I don't really see. I mean, again, if you're wanting to buy shares, if you're wanting to have Neo, it's in a decent spot to buy. I would really be trying to get it around $2, like 250, 220 ish, right around there. But again, it's just not something I'm interested in. If we look, let's see the clouds. Yeah, so this basically kind of right where I drew. The monthly bottom is closed. Right here. So basically meaning if price comes down to there, price can't go through it, but also I guess the weekly cloud is also closed right around here. So kind of the same thing. If price comes to there, it shouldn't be able to go through unless there's some news event. But I definitely wouldn't be a buyer at $5.17. Okay. Oh, and you're asking long term on Neo? Yeah. I like to trade like proven companies that have been around for a while, and they've been around since or they've been on the market since September 18th. Or when I say trade, for long-term shares, I like companies that have proven to be resilient through like recessions and things like that. For long-term portfolios or ETFs, things like that, where I'm more diversified. If I'm buying like mutual funds or ETFs. Almighty Beardman, the full send indicator does not come with Shorty's Discord. You can ask him if he'll sell it to you. I don't know if he will, but he's sold it a few times, but he's pretty, he'll be like, this is the last time I'm selling it, and he's kind of a man of his word. So you would have to ask him individually, specifically, if he's going to sell it again. Let's see. While I'm thinking about it, let me post my SPY levels. And then I'm going to go hop in the shower. Sorry, I know I'm quiet when I do this stuff, but I'm doing it that way in case you guys have questions. You have more time to type it out. Marquez, you didn't give a time frame, but yes, Apple will go below 200. You have to, I'm going to make this really quick because I got to go, but you have to look at the economy from a realistic perspective. People right now are in this really bullish mindset where they think that things only go up. And even right now, like zooming out on SPY, we are not in bullish levels. Again, regaining 2024 value area high is slightly bullish, but we need to get back up over these levels before we're really bullish again. And also, like we pointed out earlier, big bear flag here, right? Which was send us down, I don't remember where, somewhere down in this 40s range. Also, if you just look at the economy as a whole, or even just to think of yourself, 30s levels, 32 is the target, 32.40. If this bear flag plays out, just ask yourself, like, are you feeling like your money, if you compare yourself to like 5 years ago, do you feel like you have more money now or less? I know for me, I feel like I have less. I'm making more, but I feel like I have less. It doesn't feel like it's going as far. Every trip to the grocery store is insane. Everything is like so overpriced. Gas is so expensive. Just everything. Everything is crazy. Interest rates are whatever. I haven't looked at them recently, but I'll just say somewhere like 6 to 7%, I'm guessing, maybe 5%. But even that is really high. And it's making things unaffordable for people. Like for people that are trying to buy a new home for the first time, you have to save up all this money for a down payment, and then you think you have enough, and then when they do the calculation for you at 6% interest, like the amount of money that you're paying on interest makes the mortgage unaffordable for most people. And if you just start Googling things like national credit card debt, you'll see it's like at an all-time high. And the reason is people's money's not going as far, so they're using their credit card, to try to supplement, and they're running that up. And then if you look at defaults on credit card debt, they're at an all-time high because people ran up their credit cards and now they can't afford to pay it, so they're defaulting on their credit card. You look at defaults on car loans, they're at an all-time high. Just things overall do not look good financially. And even Trump himself, when he went into office, said things are going to get worse before they get better. And to me, worse before better is a recession, which we're way overdue for. But I could be wrong, but I'm just trying to be realistic about where the economy was, and where the economy is, I'm sorry. And also just looking back, like to my own wallet, whatever, 5 years ago, I feel like I have less money today, even though I make way more money today than I did 5 years ago or even 2 years ago. So I think, and when I say this, like, I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but instead of like asking somebody like myself on the internet, like, just look at yourself, look at your friends, look at your family, or start Googling those things that I was talking about. Google credit card debt, Google defaults on credit card debts, Google defaults on car loans, all of that stuff. Even just the price of eggs right now. I get there was like a bird flu which killed off a lot of chickens, which is making, them produce less eggs, which is causing the price to go up. But even before that, the price of eggs was kind of astronomical, just because the price of everything's going up. The price of taking care of the chickens and feeding them is more, so therefore they have to sell the eggs for more. Yeah, exactly, David Ryan. And the thing is, and also if you pay attention, if you go back, I think like our last recession was what, like 2007 or 2007 or 2008, right around there. And like where is it? It's got to be, okay, this is COVID, right? And then where's 2007? Right here. So this was like our last recession. And if we kind of, I know I'm not going to do this perfectly, but I think the market lost like almost 50% of its value. Oh, actually more. 56% of its value. And where was I going with this? And I'm not even like nailing the top of this. So there. Still not getting it. There we go. And I think I kind of missed the bottom there. Yeah, 57.4% of the market's value was lost. And most of it was like from September 08 to October 08. What was I going to say? Oh, so what I was getting at is back here, all of the politicians are like, oh, everything's great, like, buy stocks, everything's wonderful, the market's amazing, our economy is strong, all the way up until the day that things started crashing. They were like, oh, everything's fine, everything's great. And the reason being is if I'm a politician or whatever, or I'm a market maker, and I know that we're coming up on a recession, and I need to offload all of my shares, I need somebody to buy them, right? And so you look at people like Nancy Pelosi or whatever, they need people to buy their shares. They're going to offload everything because they know we're going to lose 50% of the market's value. So they need buyers. So they keep talking about how strong and how great everything is. That way, us dumbass retail traders keep buying, and then they pull the rug on us, and we're holding their bag and lose 50% of our money while they're sitting on millions because they have the insider information. So they're going to keep telling us everything is great until it's not. And you just have to, like, as investors, as retail, you've got to try to one up them, because they're definitely not looking out for our best interests. They're looking for bag holders to sell to. All right. Now I'm running a little bit late. I got to go hop in the shower and get ready for work. So, I don't know, just start Googling some of the stuff I talked about. If you're bored, or even if you're not bored, there's a great video called The Dollar Milkshake Theory. Oops. Don't just type the milkshake into YouTube. Put the dollar before it. Because, otherwise you get some weird results. So I'll post the link right now. This is the video called The Dollar Milkshake Theory, and it's basically talking about the world's financial system and how the US dollar kind of runs everything. And right now, all of that is shifting. Another thing that you can Google is like big countries like Russia and China have made their own global currency. I forget what it's called, but it has a name, so that they don't have to keep buying goods, whatever, oil, corn, wheat, all of that stuff, using US dollars. They can use their own global currency. So things are shifting. Educate yourself, learn, and pay attention. You guys are going to see one day, you're going to be like, shit, Rockets was right. He was saying, that the government was going to keep saying everything is great, everything is great, everything is great, until one Monday morning you're going to wake up, the market's going to be crashing, and they're going to be like, oh, our U.S. banking system failed, and credit card debt was at an all-time high, and defaults were at an all-time high, and blah, 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 and the economy is trash. And by that time, they have already sold everything to us. Another thing to just look at is like, so Warren Buffett, which I think we can all agree is like probably one of the best traders in history so far. Oops, I spelt his name wrong, I guess. Yeah. So he sold his entire position in SPY back in October, I think. If he thought we were super bullish, why would he close his entire position of SPY and also of VOO? Stuff to start asking yourself. We are not in a bullish position right now as much as the government wants us to think we are. And hopefully I've saved like 60 people from being bag holders for the government, the 60 people watching or whatever. Or, I don't know, the videos generally get about 600, 700 views. Hopefully I saved 700 people for being bag holders for the government. All right. With that said, much love, much respect, everybody. As always, huge thanks to all of the subscribers to the stream. Extra big thanks to everybody that chit chats. I appreciate it. It keeps things interesting. And then an extra big thanks to the friends of the stream. If you're new here, basically we typically will go over SPY 5 days a week, like Sunday through Thursday, and figure out what we're looking for tomorrow. And then a lot of times I'll share option trades. Today I didn't find any that I could share, but we have a pretty good win rate on our option trades. If we just look, and I'm not trying to sugarcoat or hide anything, but we were doing pretty good on our win rate, and then we took like 5 losses in a row. But right now we're on a 7-win streak. So our results are generally pretty good on those. So all you have to do is just follow the plays. And then generally like once or twice a month, we'll go over actual education, teaching how we trade. And we also don't have any like secret sauce that we don't share. We're not selling discords. We're not selling courses. We give it all away for free. So this is a good place to learn if that's what you're looking for. Okay. As always, much love, much respect, everybody. And I'll just end the video kind of where I started. Dads, be better. Be there for your kids. Don't make babies with women that you're not planning on spending, at least the next 20 years of your life with. It just makes things miserable for you, for her, and for your child. And we got to do better as men. But also, women also do better. Support your men in whatever they're doing. Lift them up, empower them, embolden them, and make them want to stick around, And I'm not saying, like, it's not just a simple, easy, like, it's one person's fault, but just as parents, as people, we need to do better and be there for our kids. Okay? I want to live in a world where things are a lot better than they are right now. I want to live in a world where, people grow up with 2 parents in the home. I want to live in a world where there's more love and more peace. Okay? Much love, everybody. Much respect. Peace out. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.